So I just want to see where the snake is pointing today, because he's moved. There we go. So he's not pointing at the tree now, he's pointing over here. So let's see. Ah, okay. So going through to this, going through to these trees here, and probably to this one that we looked at the other day, which has no leaves. Okay, so I think if we want to get some starlight, even though it's the day, we want to get some star spirit, we can just touch this tree, because the stars can go through this tree anytime, go into this tree anytime. Oh man. And look at the patterns here. And there's lots of patterns on this one too. See, you can see that. Lots of patterns here. So these are probably from the stars. They are star patterns, you know, the star energies coming into the tree. And here is another one. And here is another one. And here is another one. So these are the star energies. The star energies opening out. Yeah. There's a star, picture of a star. So if we put our hand, let's see, we put our hand over this here, yes, you can feel we put our hand over this star here, you can feel the star. You can feel the energy around the star. It's very easy to feel that. Now, this star here looks like it has been on a journey, and the journey goes all the way down to here. Yeah. So this star has come all the way down from here and this is probably another star that it was related to, like its friend or someone in its family. And as the star grew, it had these adventures with, you can see here is another star, and here is probably something that happened inside this particular star on its journey. Something like its spirit suddenly opened up some things, and here is one of those things. And here is all the mapping that the star learnt. These lines are all the stories that it is learning things from. And up here, it's learning some more things. So in here, let me see. So, yes. In here, I think it was a little bit, what we say in English, introverted. So the star was going inside itself a lot and maybe not having an easy time, maybe trying to figure some things out that it couldn't figure out. And then it opened up again, and this looks like it just, yeah, its whole life didn't understand its old life and just fell into a big new ocean of things that were new, as if the old ways couldn't help the star anymore. And here it just exploded, and here is the new birth of the star. Yeah. And here we can see, I don't know, but maybe the star's future. So there is a big line up here. This is actually a line from the tree. These lines are from little creatures that make these lines, but this line is from the tree. So maybe this is how maybe this is the tree's journey. And of course the star and the tree, they help each other, and their journey is made together. And yeah, there are lots of things, yeah, lots of things to come up here. So here are some other stars that have been on a journey. This one is from here. So this one started talking to this tree, this one here, when the tree was already a bit older, and this star here became friends with the tree when the tree was very young. So up we come. Yeah. So isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So we're so lucky to have trees and be in nature. And here's a nice little friend for us, a little ant, who's very busy looking around. So I'm just gonna do something I don't normally do with this tree today. So I'm just going to ask it for some help, but help is more a thing, asking for help is more of a thing in the mind, in the brain, because in the spirit it's just being together, that's all. and there's no real idea of like, I'm giving this to you and now you're giving this to me, and that kind of a thing. So it's just all about being with things and connecting with them. It's not about giving and taking, really, the way we think of, I give you $100, or, I do something for you and you do something for me. It's not really so much. That just happens by itself when we want to be with something in nature. The nice feeling is just from being with nature. And now this tree, when I first put my hand on it, I could feel there was stuff coming up through me and going into the tree. So I thought, oh, that feels so nice, because usually I feel my connection to the earth through the tree, but I could feel both. I could feel the tree connecting to the earth through me, and it's helping me feel the earth more. So I am the best tree today. That's a funny thing to say. Now, I just want to talk, if we come, where is it? Yeah. We just sit down for a minute, and I just want to talk about what happened yesterday with Paul, because Paul was not grounded at all, because he has been fixing his house, and his wife is always giving him jobs, so she wants to fix the house up now, and Paul has to do lots of jobs. So he was not grounded. But I do not accept this. So I think, what do I want? Okay, which is, for example, the same as what I want to do with the tree. I want to be with the tree. So I want to be with Paul, but Paul is not there. His spirit has gone somewhere else, because he is not grounded at all. And so I feel like I am not talking to Paul. So I try to talk to Paul, and I focus on what I want. I want Paul to be there, and I want to be with him. And it was really good, because Paul just took a foam roller, which is a long thing, blue thing that we lie back on. So he's lying on this long blue foam roller, and we're talking about my friend Jennifer going to Queensland, and he's telling me about Queensland because Paul is from Queensland. And we just lied there on the floor on our foam rollers, and we could go anywhere, just like our video that we did with going anywhere we want using a tree or a rock. And so we had a foam roller, so we used the foam roller and the floor to go anywhere we want. And yeah, so we were talking about Queensland. We was asking if we could be anywhere doing anything, what would we be doing? And Paul wanted to be at the beach getting a massage, and I wanted to be somewhere else. It was in up there. It was in a space. Owen wanted to be in a spaceship, and I wanted to be finding this thing in space that my team had seen in space, and it was a source point in space, a very strong one. So we were in our spaceship, and we were getting very close into the source point, which was very strong, and so we had to be very careful how close we became. And as we got closer, I could feel the source point pulling me into the floor of the spaceship like a magnet. So it was pulling me into the floor of the spaceship. So, and this was very nice for my spirit, because my spirit feels really grounded into the metal spaceship. And so Paul told me his story of being on the beach, and told me stories when he was traveling, and he would go to the beach, and I think it was Thailand or in Asia somewhere, and he would get a massage on the beach. And this was very normal. Lots of people have massages on the beach. And then he started to be what we call present. His spirit started to come into his body so I could talk to him. And then I did some shiatsu, and he came right into his body. I guess the nice thing about that is we can use anything that makes us feel grounded. We can use a tree, we can use a rock to touch or sit on, or just stand near. We can just use the earth. We can use, actually we can use anything. We can use a stick. We can use an animal. We can use anything we like. And then while we are holding the stick or touching or connecting with that thing, we can go anywhere we want to. And this helps us feel our spirit more. I'll say that again. This helps us feel our spirit more. When we connect with something in the physical world, yep, something solid, and then we use our imagination to go anywhere we want, then we connect to the spirit world more. So it is always the physical world, right? And that opens up the spiritual world. So we have earth, which is the physical world, and then the spirit comes in and loves to have the earth underneath it, right? And then when the spirit is on the earth, connecting to the earth, the emotions are nice and balanced, not upset. And when the emotions are not upset, the mind can be clear. The mind can be clear and can see all things more clearly and see things in the big, what we call the big picture, not the small picture, in the big picture. Now, my journey here, this story yesterday when Paul's spirit was not in the church, it was not in his body, it was very far away. I decided that I wanted Paul's spirit to be with me I wanted his spirit to be in his body, in the church, and with me. And when I made that decision, and when I grounded myself with my spiky balls, Paul brought his spirit back into his body. And so what I'm doing today is I'm looking around the park, and sometimes when I'm in the park or in nature, I am a bit lost. My spirit does not come with me. It gets lost. It goes away. And today I'm very, very clear in my understanding now that I can decide that I can decide where I want my spirit to be. So I decide I want my spirit to be in my body, connecting to the park, to nature around me. And I think, well, when I was a child, this was usually much easier because I could feel nature very easily. Now, I can do that now, but I forget that. All it takes is for me to remember that I can feel anything I want. I can feel anything I want. And if we use our game of finding something, finding a tree, finding a rock, finding anything in nature, and we connect with it, and then let our imagination free. And our imagination will connect us with our spirit and bring it into the tree or the rock and into our body again. It's very, very simple. And also from there, when the spirit is in our body, we can connect with anything where we are, and we can connect with anything anywhere else. We can go anywhere we want. We can go inside things. We can go inside a tree. We can go inside the earth. We can go inside our body, or we can go outside, because the spirit is in all of those things, inside and outside. All it needs is the physical world, right? And we're the ones who have the physical body that can connect the spirit to the physical world. And the spirit loves it. The physical world is its greatest friend, and it loves to play with the physical world more than anything. More than anything. The physical world was made by the spirit, so it could play games. So the physical world is the playground, is the I don't know how to say this in English so you would understand. It is the playground, it is the play school, it is the game. It is the game. It is the fun park, right? For it to play in. And whenever you call, it's like calling to the spirit, here I am, I'm in the play park now. The spirit will go, oh, okay. And it will always come back to us, into our body and into the physical things that we are connecting to, because it loves the physical world. If we forget the spirit loves the physical world, we can look at nature around us and we can notice the spirit in nature. And we can ask, what is the spirit doing now? So now it is shining, it's shining energy, the sun, the heat into the earth and everything on the earth and into me. So the spirit loves to make heat and make light and to touch things with its energy and give energy to things that have no energy. When the breeze or the wind is smooth, the spirit is feeling the things that it touches. So it's touching the leaves, and it's touching everything as it flows through it. When the wind is very strong, the spirit is giving its emotion to the world. Yep. It is expressing its emotion, and it's using the air to carry its emotion. It's like if we have an emotion, we can keep it in, or we can put some boxing gloves on and have something to hit and hit the bag, the boxing bag, or we can kick the boxing bag, right? So without the physical bag to hit, the spirit cannot feel that emotion flowing through it. It's much better when it can do that into something physical. So when we forget that the spirit loves the physical world, we can look around and we can ask, well, is there spirit? Particularly in nature, it's good to do this. Is there spirit in nature today? So there has to be spirit. Look at that, everywhere. There's spirit everywhere. It's just everywhere. Okay? Look at that spirit. There's light, and there's color, and there's shape. There's darkness. It's beautiful, beautiful. And the air is so gentle and clear. And we can ask, well, is there spirit in these things? Well, of course there is. So if the spirit did not love to be in the physical world, we would look at the physical world and we wouldn't feel the spirit. There would be no spirit in the physical world. It would be the spirit would have left and gone somewhere else. But the spirit is very strong in the physical world. It is, the physical world is what we say in English, bursting with spirit. There is so much spirit in the physical world. There is too much. There's too much spirit, right? Not really. I'm just being funny. And another thing that the spirit does is it shapes. It makes things with all the little tiny atoms. It makes trees. It makes grass. It makes animals. So the physical world is great fun for the spirit to play with. It loves to make lots of things, and then if one thing goes away, it makes another thing and another thing. It's always making new things because it loves to play with the physical world. And so do we, because can you imagine not being able to go for a walk and just being a spirit, but not being able to walk and feel the rocks underneath our feet and feel our body move and feel the earth underneath us, this would not be fun. So no wonder the spirit loves the physical world, and when we feel the physical world, the spirit is always there, enjoying it in us. When we forget the physical world, the spirit cannot come to us. It has nothing to come into. And the story of this star is the story of the star that came down into the tree and into the earth and out to all the other trees. And it loves the physical world so much that it has made a drawing for us. You know how we love to draw? Can you imagine not being able to draw again? Well, the spirit loves to draw too, and tomorrow we can come here and see the same drawing so we don't forget. We don't forget the story and we don't forget the star. They will always be here for as long as the tree is here, to remind us of the star that's far away, that's so far away, maybe we cannot see it. But we can see it in this drawing that it has made for us. Hello, star. So it's saying hello to us through this lovely drawing it has made for us. So if we have any problem in our life, we can think of the most physical thing about that problem and invite our imagination to take us anywhere it would like to go when we connect with that physical thing that is close to that problem. So I have some physical problems now. So when I think of the parts of my body that feel that problem, they feel better straight away. They feel a little bit better because I'm not being frightened with the problem, because I'm not being frightened by the problem. I am just bringing my attention to the physical part of the problem. And that's all. I'm not trying to understand the problem or even focus or even think of the problem. I am just bringing my attention to the physical things in my life that are affected by the problem, but not the problem itself. And when I do that, I feel better straight away. I feel a little bit better. The spirit comes in because when my attention is on the problem and not on my not on the physical things that the problem affects, then the spirit cannot come in. It cannot come into a problem, okay? If our attention is on a problem, it cannot come in. But if our attention is on our body or on the physical things that problem affects, then our spirit can come into that and play games and bring life back into those parts of our life that are having a problem.